Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing beautifully well. For today's valued viewer request, we've got from Lieutenant Commander Joe Smokin' Rozgika a link, just a link, not a talkative man. The 5 maneuvers that were prohibited in the F-14 Tomcat. Note does not say what oh look, it's by him! Oh, it's Lieutenant Commander Joe Smokin' Rozgika. How interesting. Okay, let's get straight to it. No intentional to spins. Departure from control flight is not where you want to be in an aircraft, much less the F-14, unless you were a test pilot performing a test maneuver. Under specific conditions, even then you didn't really want to do it. It was probably best not to try and put the Tomcat intentionally into a spin. It was renowned for its difficulty into getting out of flat spins, as characterized in the 1986 movie Top Gun. Here, there's more to read about here, and I'll put the link in the video description if you want to see it, but quite simply, you do not want to do a flat spin in F-14, so we'll go and do it. Next, 0 or negative G maneuvers in excess of 10 seconds with afterburner operating, or 20 seconds at mil power, full throttle without afterburner. What's this link here? 0 or negative G are best described as roller coaster feeling you may experience when going over a steep hill or drop. Performing this maneuver is typically done one of two, with very few, and this isn't just a Tomcat thing, a flanker, all sorts of planes can't do this because the fuel pumps or whatever just stop working. Extended duration of 0 or negative G on the aircraft, particularly while in afterburner, places extreme demands on engine fuel feed system. You've seen NASA astronauts floating in an aircraft that is used to simulate zero gravity. The same thing happens with the remaining fuel in the F-14's tanks. The fuel floats to the top and exposes the fuel lines to air. If the air is drawn into the fuel lines, particularly during afterburner operation when there is a huge demand on the fuel, the result could be an afterburner blowout or even worse, an engine flame out. Now my understanding is a lot of fighter aircraft will have kind of mini reserve tanks that you can use for inverted for a few seconds. I think that's right, correct me if I'm wrong. Or at least a certain reserve of fuel, in this case 10 seconds or 20 seconds with mil power. So we'll go and try that and see what happens. Next, no AIM-9 launch with landing flaps and slats extended. Not sure why you would ever want to do that anyway, but one of the most dangerous situations is when a missile does not separate from the jet, but a rocket motor ignites. This is called a hang fire. The missile is still hanging on the aircraft with the rocket motor burning. If the AIM-9 rocket motor continued to burn, but the missile never separated from the aircraft, there was the potential for burning a hole through the extended landing flaps. I mean, it's going to be aluminium at the end of the day, which has a melting point of, what, 600 Celsius, something like that. And that rocket motor is going to burn at, I don't know, 2,000? 1,500? A lot. Even if the missile did not come off the rail, a drooping slat would probably receive some residual damage from rocket exhaust. Okay, so we'll see if it lets us do that and see if there's any damage simulated. There's a lot more detail in here if you want to come read it, but it would take about half an hour to read out. Great picture there. No fuel dumping with afterburner operating or with speed brakes extended. I don't know what the speed brake thing's all about. I don't see why speed brakes would have any impact on the fuel dump, which is kind of, you know, a separate tube. But that's what it says. And afterburner obviously sets light to the fuel that's being dumped. And
if I was going to take a guess about the speed brake thing, I would say that they would cause air disturbance around the
and atomize it or something.
Cause the fuel to wind up back on the plane or in the engines.
That makes sense. Yeah. It was safe to do it on the Pig, on the F-111, so they did it at air shows and stuff, but it was never considered safe on this aircraft here for whatever reason. And so we'll go and try that. And finally, no rolling maneuvers with angle of bank greater than 360 degrees. So that means more than one complete roll. Multiple back-to-back rolling maneuvers, think of how football spins when thrown, has the tendency to create too much yaw on the aircraft. This is because when the aircraft rolls, it creates asymmetric lift on each side that in turn creates asymmetric drag. With the Tomcat's wings swept back, the result is adverse yaw that can lead to a coupled departure. Technical point. Perverse yaw in the Tomcat is also possible, as the jet had spoilers instead of ailerons. But that is probably too much for discussion. Using a football analogy, if Tom Brady throws a football and the ball comes out of his hand at even the slightest bit uneven, drag instigated by his fingers, the ball becomes, whoops, unstable. It wobbles like a wounded duck. A wounded duck. The same wobble can happen to the Tomcat and any aircraft for that matter because of the increased yaw due to multiple rolling maneuvers. Therefore, the barrel roll type maneuver was prohibited because it could easily put the aircraft out of controlled flight. For the record, the Super Hornet has the same restriction. Did not know that. Even with a computer at the controls, because it is almost impossible to remove the effect of creating adverse or pro-verse yaw. Now, I wasn't aware of either of these things. I'm fully aware that Tomcat hates rolling. You've really got to force it to roll, right, Oz? So you've got to whack your rudder in and whatnot. And even then, it's just unstable when rolling, in DCS at least, and probably in real life too. And so we've gone some way to explaining why. I still don't really fully understand it. But, I mean, if you draw a longitudinal axis from the nose to the ducktail there, it doesn't roll really around that axis very well. It starts to kick out in terms of yaw and it's going to, like I said, wobble about. F-18 Super Hornet had no idea. I'd love to know why you guys think that's a thing. Is it an intrinsic part of the design? Is it because of the lack of ailerons? I'm not the foggiest, but I'd love to hear back from you. Right, let's go and do those things and get ourselves in trouble, RC. First is a flat spin. That's 3, and recovery, maybe. 3, 2, 1, go. I'm going to go power on. I can see you in my mirror, RC.
Right here.
Up we go.
Friendly Tomcat.
Gonna get some angles. Woo!
Angles.
12,000 feet, that'll do it. Gonna cut my engines. Let the wings come out. And over the top we go. Little kick of rudder.
I'm out of it.
Nice. Right, I'm going to get myself into a spin. That's going to be a spin. That's going to be a goddamn spin if ever I saw it. Okay, oh, I'm in a horrible fat spin. Oh, this is going to be impossible. Oh, Super Cap, why? Okay, asymmetric thrust limiter. How am I supposed to see that in this muck? Honestly, I can't even see my mouse cursor. There it is.
I don't think you're
Where is it? Is there? There's no way I can touch that button.
Yeah, you can. Do it. Just touch it.
Alright, I think I got it. Left booster on. Forward stick. Nose. Oh my god, it's making things worse. No, we're good. Both boosters on. Straight to the ground. No goose is going to die on my watch, RC. No, he's not. Right, that's step 1 done. Let's go and find out what the next one was. Okay, 0G for more than 10 seconds with afterburner on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a round the outside turn, so an inverted turn. I've got no way of really registering my G, unfortunately. The G counter's down there. It's not really suitable for this move, but you'll just know. You'll just know from the way that the pilot reacts. Burner on. Negative G. You see the G meter there? Oh, hello, I blacked out. A little bit too much, I'll see. A little bit too much. Negative 1, negative 2. Okay, negative 2 and holding on negative 2. Around the outside turn. Negative 2, negative 2, negative 2.
Blacking out.
The engines have cut. The engines have cut. Let's go for a full flame out. It's modelled, RC. And I've got full engine flame out.
You know what else is modeled?
Going to a spin. Oh, how embarrassing for you, RC. Oh, this is going to be an awesome stunt. Whatever's going to happen is going to be the awesome stunt. Oh, sugar. Oh, that's so sexy. How to get out of a flat spin with no engines? Not possible, hands.
The eject button.
Yep. Bye. Right, now we're going to try and shoot the AIM-9 with our flaps and slats down, so let's get in configuration. So, first of all, let's get nice and slow, air brake on. Okay, valued viewers, we've got everything as dirty as we can get. Stand by for launching this missile. Ha ha ha!
Didn't do anything.
Didn't do anything, RC. It did kind of say that it would only really burn through if it was a hung stall, and I don't think we've got a hung stall as a model anyway.
Oh.
But it would still damage them a bit, but anyway, it didn't do anything.
Missile missed.
Let's check I can still get the flaps up. Yeah, the flaps still go up fine. Right, well, what can I say, RC? The power of the Tomcat will prevail! Okay, next, you may not dump fuel with the tail feathers out or the afterburner on, so don't know why I did that. Let's do this. Dump. And I'm going to put the air brake out. Ha ha ha! I'm not allowed to do that. I'm not allowed to do it. And I'm definitely not allowed to use afterburner.
You shouldn't be doing that.
Oh, it's lit! It's lit, RC! Look at that belter of a flame. Woo, she's so beautiful! Long Sally! She got everything!
Your speed brake closes it.
Yeah, your speed brake closes, so. Yeah. That's so friggin' cool. Best plane in the world. Ooh! My engine stopped all of a sudden, but come on. Very good. Very good, RC. Okay, let's turn that juice off. Juice coming off. Juice off. Air brake coming in. Right, we're not allowed to roll more than 360 degrees because we're going to start oscillating. If that's the right word. Right, how high am I? Very high. I'm not going to get much of a roll up here, but let's try it anyway. Let's just get a little bit of speed first.
Roll with rudder.
I'm going to try without rudder first of all. Oh yeah, you can feel it. It's all wonky. It's all wrong and wonky, yeah. RC.
It does shut around a little bit.
Rolls like a pig. Look at it. It's like a... rolls around a really weird axis.
Better with the rudder.
Okay, I'm going to try with wings back now. Wings back. I'll try it with both. Watch this, valued viewers. She's going to go funny. And roll. It actually rolls really good with the wings back. You see it's perfectly around. Look at the pitot tube to the tail feathers. It's now rolls almost perfectly around the axis. So that's not what the guy said. Oh, it's awesome. Now we're going to kick some rudder in. Watch this, mess everything up. Oh my god! Full rudder. Oh, now it's going. Oh, I don't know actually. Now it's going a bit wonky with the rudder. Only lets me have a little bit of deflection on. Okay, now let's slow down.
Sink rate's too high.
But I'm not getting anything wrong with the plane. I'm not splitting apart or anything, RC. I don't know about you. Get them wings out, baby. Get them wings out. Okay. Let's try with rudder, aileron roll. Well, not aileron roll, but you know what I mean. With left rudder, go. It's going wonky. It's going wonky. Oh, it's so wonky. Again. It's mega wonky, but I don't think that's ever going to depart. Feels all the time under control, even with full rudder. So, pew. Although it is a bit of a pig to roll compared to, you know, more, if you like, normal modern jets, I don't think anything regards to roll is ever going to be dangerous. I've never torn any wings off. I've never damaged the plane at all. I've never departed due to roll, even at low speed. Although I guess maybe let's quickly try low speed again. Full left roll with rudder at low speed, and let's see if it upsets us, how much it upsets us. Nah, it's never going to be a problem. I think it's fine, I'll say. Right.
Yep.
That concludes the 5 moves prohibited. Ooh, that's going to be Bernie. The 5 moves prohibited in the F-14. We used the B version for this. Anything you want to add to that, Super RC?
Nothing.
Hope that was useful. See you later.
Landing on RC Island.
Oh, let me come.
Oh, it's a little bouncy.
Look at you, landing on an island. That's a good landing for you.
Yeah.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed that and see you later.